Hey guys, you might be wondering why I have this collection of baseball games on my table today. Well, what I decided to do is to try something different that I've never tried before, and I don't even know how it's going to work out, but that's half the fun of some of these videos is experimentation. The strat-o-matic game is three games in one, and I actually did three videos on strat-o-matic, a single game, three ways, basic, advanced, and super advanced. And then I got to thinking, what about if I tried to play a single 9 inning game using 3 or 4 different baseball games products to play that game and just pick up, in the middle innings, like play one game for 2 innings, switch to the next game, keep the same lineup, same score sheet, same effectiveness, and so forth, and go all the way through and see what happens. So I decided to try that today. The only season I have that for all 4 of the games shown is the 1977 card set, because that's my favorite season. I was 12 years old at the time, and I was right in my prime time as a kid for playing Little League and following all the stars and collecting baseball cards and so forth. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the 1977 season, and I wanted to play an American League game just to keep the DH in place and to keep it a little more simple than having to go through pinch hitters and double switches and all that kind of stuff for this video. So I was trying to think of what 77 season American League game would be a good one to play. I did a Status Pro video on the 77 Yankees and Red Sox, so I really didn't want to revisit that. I want to do something a little bit different. Although the Yankees are, quote unquote, America's team, more people like the Yankees than anyone else, and I think more people dislike the Yankees than anyone else. They're very polarizing. So I decided to keep them, and I decided to revisit the American League Championship Series between a very good Kansas City Royals team and, of course, the future world champion New York Yankees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that 9-inning game out, assuming it goes 9. I'll have to have another plan if it goes beyond 9. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it out. I'm going to start the first 3 innings using Status Pro. Then I'm going to switch over to Payoff Pitch baseball for the middle 3 innings. Then I'm going to switch over to strat-o-matic for a couple of innings. And then I thought I might sneak in History Maker baseball somewhere along the line. I want to keep something in reserve for extra innings, but I also don't want to, just like the All-Star game, I want to use everybody. I want to use all the games. So I don't want to leave anything off on the sidelines, but I don't want to run out either. So what I may do is hold strat-o-matic for the later innings, maybe the 9th and possible extra innings, or even the 8th, 9th, and extra innings. So I may do Status Pro for 2 innings, Payoff Pitch for 2, History Maker Baseball for 2, and Strat-o-matic for the remainder of the game. I think that sounds like a better plan to me, so that's what I shall do. And to get things going, we'll meet our starting pitchers, and I'm also going to have the baseball cards available so we can add a little pictorial to the game itself. Going for the Royals in this game is going to be Dennis Leonard, right-hander. He won 20 games in 1977. And Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry, will be on the mound for the Yankees. And what I did is I went to the American League Championship Series box scores. Now, these 2 pitchers did not face each other, but what I did is I took the starting lineup that the Royals used when Guidry pitched, and I took the starting lineup that the Yankees used when Leonard pitched, and that's what I'm going to be using. So we're going to start out on Status Pro, and after Status Pro, we're going to switch over to Payoff Pitch for innings 3 and 4, and then we're going to switch over to History Maker Baseball for innings 5 and 6, and then we'll wrap it up with Strat-o-matic for innings 7, 8, and 9. And we'll see how that plays out. Could be interesting, could be a waste of time. We never know till we try. I like doing different things just to see how it works out. Just some crazy kind of things once in a while. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and get the Status Pro board all set up so that we're ready to go for the first couple of innings. And we'll get ready for the Royals and the Yankees from Yankee Stadium. 1 game, 4 board games, and we'll see how it plays out. Okay guys, I've got the board all set up to go. Yankees and the Royals. And I've got the Status Pro cards in place. I've got the Fast Action card deck ready to roll. They've been shuffled and cut and ready to roll. And I've got the baseball cards, some of the older baseball cards, to go along with the game, just to give it a little more personalization. Rather than just a name on a page, you can actually see a face. So with that, let's get going. Our starting pitcher for the Yankees, of course, is Ron Guidry. He is on the Status Pro world, he is a PB 2 through 8 versus left-handers and a PB 2 through 7 versus right-handers. He will be facing the leadoff hitter for the Royals, Freddie Patek. And there's Freddie Patek, one of the shortest men in baseball history. Freddie Patek was all of 5'4". So, other than Eddie Goodell, the person that Bill Veeck brought in to pinch hit that one time, I think Patek was one of the shortest major leaguers around. So Guidry against Patek, and we get ready for the flip. And we'll see what happens on this interesting gauntlet of a game. All right, Guidry, the first flip is a 5. That is under Guidry's control. Patek is right-handed, so the flip is a 12. Now, a 12 in the Guidry world versus right-handed pitching is a single to left field. So it's a base hit for Patek. No need to check an error because it was on the pitcher card. And since I'm only going to play the first 3 innings on Status Pro, I'm not going to do the pitcher reduction because we'll never get that far. If somebody's that ineffective, I'll take him out long before it gets to that. So with that in mind, Patek gets the leadoff single, and that will bring up the number 2 hitter in the order, designated hitter Hal McRae. So we'll see what Hal McRae can do. Now Patek is a pretty good base runner, but we're going to let McRae hit away here. It's a 4, which is under Guidry. And the next pitch, it's a 51. So Guidry 51 versus a right-handed batter. 51 falls in the walk range. So Guidry has just walked Hal McRae, putting runners at first and second, nobody out. And some early struggles for Louisiana Lightning Ron Guidry. That was against 2 right-handed batters. Now he's going to have to face the left-handed hitting George Brett. George Brett. So Brett is up with 2 on and nobody out. Let's see what the flip is here. It's a Z. So we've got an unusual play. So we go to our unusual play chart. Z result chart. And we'll see what the new random number will bring about. The new random number is an 85. 85. So an 85 is consult injury table and draw new random number. Okay. So we need to go to the injury table and draw a new number. So let's draw a new number. The new number is 48. So now I need to check the injury table. If I can find the injury table. I think it's the first time I've had to actually use the injury table to know where it is. Let's see here. Since I can't find it, I'm going to pause the video until I can pull it out. Okay, now I know why I couldn't find the injury table. It's not in the charts. It's actually in the back of the instruction book. So, remember the flip was a 48, and here is the injury table on the back of the instructions. 48 says batter fouls pitch off leg injured. So George Brett has just fouled a pitch off his leg and he's injured. So now we need to check the injury rating on George Brett. According to his card, he is an injury rating of 3. Injury rating of 3. So if we go to injury rating of 3, let's see here. Let's see here. 3, batter injured, says 2 plus first digit of next random number. Well, all we need to know is that he is out for the game. We don't need to know about extending games because we're only playing the one game. So therefore, George Brett has just fouled a ball off his foot. He is going to have to leave the game. So that is interesting. So let me pause the video while we get a new third baseman and get things squared away. Okay, Cookie Rojas has had to take over at third base for the injured Brett, who is limped off into the dressing room or locker room to get attended to. He will be gone the rest of the game. So now he's still at bat. Cookie Rojas is at bat with an 0-1 count, and he'll be facing Guidry with 2 on and nobody out. And so the flip, and with that in mind, since we have a new batter now who is not a typical third place hitter, we are going to go for a sacrifice bunt here. So Cookie Rojas is going to try to bunt the 2 runners into scoring position. He is a sacrifice BB. So we're going to flip a random card and then check the sacrifice chart and see what happens. So the flip is a 73. 73 on the sacrifice chart. 73 right here, and that's the same for everybody. Error on third baseman, all safe. Sacrifice credit is given to the batter. So he bunted it down the third baseline, and Craig Nettles was unable to come up with it. That will load the bases. Error on Nettles. That will load the bases with nobody out. And Guidry, things are getting worse for Guidry. And that will bring up the cleanup hitter, right fielder Al Cowens. So Al Cowens with a chance to do damage here in the first. Guidry has to bear down here. Here is the flip. It's a 9, and a 9 is outside of Guidry's range, so we will be going to Al Cowens' card. And we'll see what Cowens can do. It's a 76. 76 off of a left-hander is still in the out range. So we see what kind of out it is. He's a right-handed power hitter. It's a G4 with an asterisk, which means we do need to check for an error on Randolph. There is none. There is none. So with the infield back and the bases loaded, I believe it's a double play with the runner scoring, but I will verify that with the chart. So let's see here. G4, bases loaded. G4, infield back. Double play, batter and runner on first out. Third, second to first. Others advance. So it's a 5-4-3 double play. I'm sorry, a 4. How did I read that? I read it wrong. It's a 4-6-3 double play. My bad. 4-6-6-3 double play. So 2 outs gotten there, but Patek does score on the ground out. No RBI given to Cowens. McRae will move to third. So there are now 2 outs, and what was a promising rally for the Royals is now dwindled. They only have the 1 run. They do have McRae at third base with 2 outs. And next up is the center fielder, Amos Otis. Famous Amos Otis. Famous Amos Otis against Guidry as Guidry tries to get out of this first inning. Here's the flip. It's a 9 again, so we're under Amos Otis, not under Guidry. Here's the next flip. It's an 85. That high number generates an out. He's a right-handed power hitter. It's a pop-up to Thurman Munson. So after all that, the Royals come away with just the 1 run. Guidry escapes further damage. And after half inning here at Yankee Stadium, it's the Royals 1 and the Yankees coming to bat. All right, Mickey Rivers will lead off for the Yankees here in the bottom of the first against Dennis Leonard. Leonard is a PB27, regardless of who he is facing, righty or lefty. So let's see what happens here. It's a BD, so we're going to check a clutch batting rating right off the bat for Mickey Rivers. And against a right-handed hitter, a clutch batting rating of anything under 41 will produce an extra base hit. Let's see what happens. It's an 83, so we ignore that result and start over like it never happened. So here is Leonard's pitch again. It's another BD, back-to-back clutch rating. So Mickey Rivers gets a second opportunity to get something less than 41. He still doesn't do it. It's an 83, so we're going to try again. First you don't succeed, try again. Here's the third attempt. It's a 4 this time, which is under Leonard. The next flip is a 43. 43 Leonard against lefties is a strikeout, 21-45. I'm sorry, 21-46. Either way, Mickey Rivers goes down on strikes, and there's one away to start the Yankee bottom of the first. And coming up next will be the number 2 hitter in the Yankee lineup, left fielder Roy White. So Roy White will get his chance against Leonard, switch hitter. It's a 9, so we're under Roy White's card. Here's the next flip. It's an 84, so unfortunately for White, he is going to be out. He is a switch hitter, power. It's a G5, which means it's a ground ball to Rojas. Remember that Brett was injured, so Rojas is now at third. Check the error rating on Rojas. There is none. So Rojas is able to make the play. And now they're quickly 2 away in the bottom of the first for the Yankees. And now up for the Yankees is the number 3 hitter and the captain of the 77 team, Thurman Munson. So Munson is up facing Dennis Leonard. The flip is a 3, and a 3 is under Leonard. So now we flip the result. It's an 85, so those high numbers generate outs. So Munson is a right-handed power hitter. The result for an out is a G4 asterisk, which means a ground ball to Frank White. We check for an error. There is none. And so Munson is gone, and so are the Yankees in order here in the bottom of the first. Nothing doing for the Yankees after one complete here at Yankee Stadium. Part 1 of this ball game with Status Pro, and it's the Royals 1 and the Yankees nothing. Top of the second, and John Mayberry, first baseman, will lead things off against Guidry. The flip is a 4, which means we're under Guidry. And the next flip is an 18. 18 is a base hit to right field. So John Mayberry, lefty on lefty, he was able still, with that low flip, to deliver a leadoff single to start the second. And now that'll bring up the left fielder, Joe Zed. Joe Zed. He played against left-handed pitching quite a bit, which is why he's in the game now instead of Tom Poquette, because Poquette sat versus left-handed pitching a lot of times. So here is Guidry to Zed. The flip is a 3. We're under Guidry. And the next flip's a 31. So Guidry, 31 against right-handers, is a strikeout. 21-43. 31 falls into that, so that is a strikeout for out number 1. Zed is done. And I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name. That's the way I've always called it. But I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation, but we're going to go with it anyway. And that'll bring up the catcher, Darryl Porter. He will bat next with Mayberry still at first. And here is Guidry with his delivery. It is a 4, which is under Guidry. These cards are sticking together on me. And the next flip is a 34. So against left-handed hitting, Guidry, 34 is a strikeout. So it's still within the strikeout range. So back-to-back strikeouts for Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry. And now there are 2 away. 2 away for the second baseman, Frank White, number 9 hitter in the order. So White against Guidry. It's a 6, which means we're under Guidry's card. The next flip is a 68. 68 is in the out range. Frank White is a right-handed normal hitter. The flip for the out, right normal, is a pop-up to the shortstop. So he pops up to Bucky Dent, and the inning is over. Guidry has a much easier second inning than he had a first inning. We go to the bottom of the second with a score, Royals 1, Yankees nothing. Leading off the bottom of the second is Reggie Jackson. And I don't know, for those who were around back then, remember the candy bar that Reggie Jackson had named after him. He said when he got to New York from Oakland that they'd name a candy bar after him, and they sure did. I actually ate a Reggie bar once, maybe more than once. When you're 12 years old, you eat candy bars a lot. So, and they were pretty good from what I can remember. I have to Google it to figure out what was in it. It was kind of a chocolatey caramel, Rice Krispie kind of conglomerate of stuff. It's a little round circular bar, or not a bar, but a round circular disc kind of shape, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I digress. Reggie Jackson is up against Dennis Leonard, and it's a 10, so we're under Reggie. Reggie has a chance to impact with his card, and the flip is a 75, so 75, you'd normally be an out, but for Reggie against right-handed pitchers, it's actually a hit by pitch, so Reggie gets plunked by Dennis Leonard. He gets plunked to start off the second inning. Leadoff batter on for the Yankees. And now that'll bring up the fifth hitter in the batting order, first baseman Chris Chambliss. So we'll see what Chambliss can do. It's a 6, so Leonard is under his card. And the next flip is a 72, which is in the out range. Chambliss is a left-handed left-handed normal hitter against right-handed pitching. And it is a ground ball X to short with an asterisk, which I believe is a fielder's choice, but we'll check for an error on Patek. There is none because he doesn't have a 10 error rating. But we'll verify this. Man on first, GX6, infield back, batter safe, run on first, out at second. 6-4, fielder's choice, which is what I thought it was without looking. 6-4, and Chambliss is now taken over at first base on the fielder's choice. One down, and that'll bring up the sixth man in the batting order, and that will be third baseman Greg Nettles. Greg Nettles against Leonard. Here's the flip. It's a 6, so we're still under Leonard. Next flip is a 28. So Leonard versus left-handed pitching, number 28, is a strikeout. So Nettles found Leonard's strikeout range, and he is out for out number 2. And now, with 2 outs, that'll bring up the designated hitter and 7th man in the batting order, Sweet Lou Piniella. Sweet Lou against Leonard. It's a 6, still under Leonard. The next flip's a 24. 24 against right-handed pitching is another strikeout. So Leonard strikes out the last 2 batters he faces here in the bottom of the second. And after 2 complete from Yankee Stadium, the score is the Royals 1 and the Yankees nothing. Okay, we are now in the top of the third, and this will be the last inning for Status Pro. Top of the third, and Guidry to face Freddie Patek. Patek singled and scored his first time up. Here's the flip. It's a 12, so we're under Patek. The next flip is a 55, and that's in the out range on Patek's card. So right normal is a ground ball to first. Chambliss is there. Asterisk, we have to do an error check. There is none. So it's a first baseman unassisted for Patek. He is out, 1 away, as Chambliss made the play no problem. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Hal McRae. He walked his first time up, Hal McRae. Here's the pitch. It's a 10, which is under McRae's card. The next flip's an 81, so he's going to be out. And let's see what kind of an out. It's a GX6 again, which is a fielder's choice, 6-4, but we do need to check an error on Dent since it was an asterisk. There is none, so it's simply a 6-4 fielder's... Oh, I'm sorry, it's just a 6-4 out. There was nobody on base to be a fielder's choice. It's just a second out. I got ahead of myself there. So quickly 2 away. Quickly 2 away, and the new third baseman that came in the top of the first, Cookie Rojas, will be batting with 2 outs and the base is empty. He sacrificed bunt, or actually got a sacrifice bunt, but reached on an error last time. This time it's an 8, and an 8 versus right-handed pitching is out of Guidry's range. So we're going to look at Rojas's card to check the flip, and the flip is a 67. Rojas is going to be out. He's a right-handed normal batter, which means he lines to Chambliss to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third for the Royals. And we go to the bottom of the third here at Yankee Stadium with the score still the Royals 1 and the Yankees nothing. Willie Randolph is scheduled to lead off. So he'll lead off against Dennis Leonard. It's a clutch batting rating. So against right-handed pitching, clutch batting rating has to be 32 or less for Randolph to do something. It is an 86, so it's not going to fall in that category. We skip it and start over again. It's an 8, and an 8 does put the emphasis on Randolph's card for the check. It's a 37. So Randolph against right-handed pitching, 37 is a walk. It is a walk. Had he been facing a left-handed pitcher, it would have been a triple. But in this case, it's simply a walk. One away, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Bucky Dent. Could not find Bucky Dent's baseball card for some reason, so I just have to show his Status Pro card. Now, as the number 9 batter, he's a double-A bunter, so I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice here. So the check on the sacrifice, it's a 54, and a 54 on a double-A bunter says batter out, third to first. So batter's out, third to first. It's a sacrifice hit successfully. And Randolph will move up into scoring position at second base. One away. And that'll bring up the top of the order Mickey Rivers, who struck out his first time up. Here's the flip. It's a 6, which is under Leonard. And the next flip's a 48. Leonard, 48 against left-handed hitting is a walk. So Leonard walks Rivers. Second walk of the inning. And the Yankees have something going here in the bottom of the third with 2 on and 1 out. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Roy White. He grounded out to Rojas at third his first time up. Here's the flip. It's a clutch defensive check this time. First one of the game. And the check is going to be on the new third baseman, Cookie Rojas. So if we look at Cookie Rojas and check his defensive prowess, his clutch defense is a 3. It is a 3. So it's a clutch defense rating of 3 at third base. So if we check the clutch defensive chart, pull that out. Clutch defensive chart. Number 3 is the third baseman. Number 3. So we'll do a result here and see if we go to that or skip it. The flip's a 33. So a 33, CD3, number 33, is great catch on a line drive. Any runner on third doubled off. So it was a great catch of a line drive, but nobody was on third, so runners get back. But it does mean there are 2 outs, and he did corral a line drive before it went down the line, possibly saving a double. So the second out of the inning on a nice play by Rojas, and that'll bring up the catcher, Thurman Munson, still with a chance to drive in the tying run here. It's the flip. It's a 9, so we are under Munson. So Munson, the next flip is an 11. An 11 for Munson is an infield single. So infield single. Now normally if we weren't using left-righty splits, the board would have said it was a strikeout, but we are using left-righty splits, so we don't use that variable factor. They're built into the cards. So it's an infield hit for Munson, and that will load the bases with 2 outs for Mr. October, even though we're in December. Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. Now, I may not post this till January, but I'm playing the game in late December after Christmas, so we'll see. Reggie Jackson is up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Here's the all-important flip. It's a 6, so we're under Leonard. And the next flip is a 12, so that's a base hit to left field. Base hit to left field, and there is a rule that states that if a base hit, let me find it here, version 3rd edition rule says all non-infield singles off pitcher's card are automatic 2-base advances. So therefore, the Yankees have just taken the lead on the Reggie Jackson single. He has driven in Randolph and Rivers, and Munson will move to third base, and the Yankees now have a 2-1 lead. So Reggie Jackson comes through in the clutch with a 2-run single, and that will bring up Chris Chambliss. And the flip is a Z for an unusual play. So let's see what the unusual number is here. Unusual number is a 71. So I believe that's probably a fielding chart play, but we'll see. Let's see here, unusual play 71, consult fielding table. Okay, we got the fielding table right here. So we're going to get a new random number and then consult the fielding table. The new random number is a 23. So the fielding table, number 23, it says shortstop muffs grounder, batter safe on error, and runners advance one base. All right. It says if CD4 at short, batter is out. So we need to check Patek and see if he is a clutch defense 4. And in this case, he is a clutch defense 2. So therefore, he did make the error. Runners will advance one base, so Munson will score on the unearned run. Jackson will go to second. So on the E6, the Yankees have put a third run on the board. It's now 3-1. And Greg Nettles is the batter. Greg Nettles with Reggie on second and Chambliss on first. The flip is a 5, which is under Leonard. And the next flip's an 81, which is an out. Chambliss flies to center to end the inning. So the Yankees put 3 runs on the board. Only 2 were earned, but they don't care. It's 3 runs. And as our time with Status Pro Baseball's turn with this game is done, after the first 3 innings, the score is the Yankees 3 and the Royals 1, and it's time to switch over to Payoff Pitch Baseball. We have a spectator, as my dog Gracie has come by to check on the festivities. Thank you for showing up, Gracie. Okay, after that canine interruption, we have switched scenes to Payoff Pitch Baseball. Got everything in order here, the way it should be, and we're picking it up here in the top of the 4th. Al Cowens is the scheduled leadoff hitter, and he'll be facing, of course, Ron Guidry in his 4th inning of work. Here is the flip. It's an 11, and on Guidry, that's defense. So defense means that we are going to go to the, I'm sorry, okay, and make sure I have the stadium card out. Defense, we're going to go and either check range or error, depending on the next flip. The next flip is going to tell us, not this card, but the next flip is going to tell us if we're checking an error or range rating and who it's going to be checking. So the next flip is range second base. Range second base. So the second baseman is Willie Randolph. And Willie Randolph, if we look at his range rating, Willie Randolph is a range rating of B, letter B. So therefore, we're going to go to the range rating letter B, and it's a 1 through 36 will be a hit. Anything else will be an out. So the flip's a 37. He just missed it. Or should I say Willie Randolph just got to it. So Randolph was able to get to that, scramble, and throw Cowens out at first base for out number 1. So Cowens is retired to start the 4th, and famous Amos Otis is stepping in. And famous Amos is up to the plate, and he popped out to Munson his first time up. Let's see what he does this time. It's a 7. 7 on Guidry is tough. So I'm going to check the next. It's a 92, so that's in the out range. See what kind of an out. 92. Oh, I didn't need to flip that. I'm sorry. My bad. 92 is an out. So the out is a fly ball to left field. So out number 2. Sometimes when you're switching games like this, you forget how to play. Get one game on your brain and you have to reset and go back to the other game. So two are gone. And that'll bring up John Mayberry, the first baseman. The flip is a 5, which is in play. The next flip is an 8. So an 8 in play for Mayberry against right-handed pitching is a base hit. 723 is a base hit. So Mayberry is now 2 for 2. 2 for 2 for Mayberry. It's a 2-out single, so it may not hurt Guidry all that much. Left fielder Joe Zed, who struck out his first time up, is up to the plate. It's a 9, and a 9 is patient. So we'll do the next flip. It's a 44. Joe Zed against left-handed pitching. Joe Zed, left-handed pitching in the patient range. It's a 44, which means he gets a base hit. It's a single. And to check the runner advancement, we flip the next card. The single says it's a hard grounder into right field. Runner advances 2 bases. So, I'm sorry, to left field, since he's a right-handed hitter. So Zed singles to left, and Mayberry, well, maybe did go to right, so that Mayberry could make it to third. So either way, Mayberry's at third. There are runners at the corners now and 2 outs. The tying runs are on base, and the catcher, Darryl Porter, with a chance to drive in at least 1 run here with 2 outs. The flip is a 10, and 10 is patient on the Guidry side, and it's 50. So patient and 50 on left-handed pitching is another base hit. So it's a base hit for Porter, and the runner advancement, runner on first advances 2 bases, and runner on second scores. There was no runner on second, there was no runner on third. So the runner advances 2 bases, so Porter has driven in Mayberry with a 2-out single, and Zed motors over to third base to keep runners at the corners and 2 outs. Now the score is 3-2 as the Royals have cut the lead to 1 run. And Frank White is up now with a chance to tie the game. It's a 7, so we're in the tough range. Next flip is a 72. That will be an out. And what kind of an out? I did it again, didn't I? 72, I didn't need to flip that. 72 is an out, and that is going to be a fly ball to center field. So White flies to center, and the inning is over. I think what it is, when I get an out, I want to find out what kind of an out it is. Status Pro, you got to flip the next card, and I think I've still got that on the brain. So the Yankees do score. I'm sorry, the Royals do score a run with those 3 hits in the inning, and we go to the bottom of the 4th with the score: the Yankees 3 and the Royals 2, and that will bring up Lou Piniella. Sweet Lou Piniella will lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th against Dennis Leonard. So Lou Piniella is stepping to the plate against Leonard. It's a 7, and on Leonard, that's patient. It's a 16, and Piniella will walk. So Piniella draws a walk. A lot of patient results here in this one early on. And that will bring up Willie Randolph. So Willie Randolph is up with Piniella at first, nobody out. The flip is an 11, and that's defense. So we're going to see what the defensive check is. It's on an error on the third baseman, Cookie Rojas. So we're checking to see if he can make an error or will make an error. And for Rojas, his error rating on this is a 3. So over here on the ballpark card for Yankee Stadium, a 3 is 1 to 42. So 1 to 42, he has made an error. Otherwise, he has gotten the out. It's a 12, so he made an error, and the error is a 1-base error with the infield check. So it's a 1-base error. So Randolph will reach on Rojas's error, and Piniella will move up to second base. Still nobody out, and Bucky Dent is up with another sacrifice possibility. So he is an excellent bunter. He's going to do it again. He's going to set up to bunt. And, of course, remember on this game, the sacrifice bunt results are right here on the card. So the next one we flip will tell us what he does. And it is, and he's an A-rated bunter, so it is a sacrifice hit. And it goes to the third baseman, Rojas. So, once again, Dent has bunted to third for a sacrifice. That will move Randolph to second and move Piniella to third with 1 out, 2 on, and Mickey Rivers, the batter. They're going to play the infield back because it's still a little early. They don't want to give up a lot of runs. So the next flip is a 4, which is in play on Leonard. And Rivers, 21. 21 in play against a right-handed pitcher is a base hit to somewhere. Let's see where it is. We'll check the next flip for the base hit. It's a base hit to center, and runner on first advances one base. There is no runner on there. Runner on second one base plus question mark. Well, what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and Piniella will score on the base hit by Rivers. They will hold Randolph at third base. And one run will score, and the Yankees now grab a 4-2 lead. They got the run back they just gave up in the top of the inning. There's still only one out, and they've got runners at the corners for Roy White. Roy White. The flip is an 8, which is tough in the Leonard card. The next flip is a 43. Roy White against right-handers, tough 43 is a base hit. So Roy White with a base hit. And that result is a hard grounder into right field. Runner on first advances one base, and the other runner will score, Randolph, who was already at third. So Randolph scores. His run is unearned because he reached on the error. Rivers will stop at second base. The Yankees now lead 5-2, and the Royal bullpen is warming up here. Looks like Marty Patton, who is their long relief specialist. So Marty Patton, he was a marginal starter as well. Marty Patton's up in the bullpen. And now that'll bring up Thurman Munson. Still only one out and runners at first and second. The flip is a 6. That's tough. The next result's a 30. Tough 30 for Thurman Munson against righties is a strikeout. So Leonard saw the bullpen going. Maybe that encouraged him a little bit. And now there are 2 outs, and Reggie Jackson, the dangerous Reggie Jackson, is up. 2 outs, 2 on. The flip's a 6, which is tough. Next result's a 75. 75 is in the out range, barely, because Reggie on a 73 or lower would have, or 73 to 69 would have gotten a base hit. But a 75 says it's a ground ball to second. So with 2 outs, you don't have to worry about any double plays or any of that kind of stuff. It's just a ground ball out. But the Yankees do score 2 runs, and at the end of 4, it is the Yankees 5 and the Royals 2. Okay, top of the 5th. This is the last inning for payoff pitch baseball. It's Freddie Patek to lead things off. He flips an 11, which is defense, so we're going to check defense again. This time we're checking the error on the third baseman, Craig Nettles. Nettles is an E5, which is the best rating you can have. So it's going to be a 1 through 24 to make an error. Anything else, he'll make the play. It's a 99, so he made the play. And there's one away as Patek grounds to Nettles. 1 down, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Hal McRae. Hal McRae. It's a 3, which is tough. It's a 52, and tough 52 is in the out range against a lefty. 52 is a ground ball to third, so Nettles makes the play again, 2 down, and with 2 outs, that'll bring up Cookie Rojas, who's subbing for the injured Brett. It's a 7, which is tough, and a 24. Tough 24 against left-handed pitching is a double. So Cookie Rojas with a 2-out double. If that would have been against right-handed pitching, it would have been a strikeout. So that's the difference in the lefty-righty splits. And that'll bring up Al Cowens now with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs. The flip is a 6, which is tough. It's a 27. 27 tough, even against lefties, is a strikeout. So Guidry strikes out Cowens to end the inning. Gave up the 1 double, and that was it. We go to the bottom of the 5th with the score. The Yankees 5, the Royals 2. Okay, Chris Chambliss to lead things off. Whitey Herzog sticking with Dennis Leonard for another inning. See what happens. It's a 7. That's patient. It's a 20. Patient 20 is a walk. So another walk here to Chris Chambliss, but Marty Patton is still loosening in the bullpen. He may be coming in shortly. Here's Craig Nettles. It's a 6, which is tough. It's a 13. Tough 13 is a strikeout. So Nettles is out on strikes for out number 1. And we'll get the designated hitter, Lou Piniella. Lou Piniella stepping to the plate. It's a 12. 12 is wheelhouse. So we'll see what happens here with Piniella in a wheelhouse. It's a 56. Pinella wheelhouse 56. He just missed a home run. It would have been 55. Would have been a home run. In any case, he doubles, and we'll check what the double turns out to be. The double is a deep drive off the wall. Runners advance 2 bases ? Chambliss is not going to try it. He's going to stop at third, and Pinella with a 1-out double. And now runners are at second and third with only 1 out for Willie Randolph. Willie Randolph, the batter. Leonard on his last leg. The infield is in to try to cut off additional runs. It's a 9. That's tough. 67. Tough 67 is an out. It's a ground ball to second base. And with the infield in, that will keep everybody where they are. Runner still at second and third with 2 outs for Bucky Dent. He's bunted twice, so this is his first chance to actually get a hit, swing the bat. Here's the flip. It's a 10, which is tough. And it's a 62, so 62 is an out. It's a ground ball to second again to end the inning. So Leonard gets out of that without allowing any more runs, and after 5 complete, the score is Yankees 5, Royals 2, and we're switching over to History Maker Baseball. Okay, we're ready to go. History Maker Baseball, top of the 6th. I have eschewed the baseball cards to speed things up a little bit. I'm not going to do any panning. I'm just going to read them as they come across. Guidry against Amos Otis to lead off the 6th. It is if I can get my mat down here. It is a 4-5-6. 4-5-6 asks, it's the pitcher blank, so we don't go by that. It asks, is the batter patient? He is semi-patient, but side or die says no. Therefore, he flies out to center field, 1 away, and the next at bat is going to be off the chemistry chart. Both teams are predisposed to be neutral when I play. So, it's a neutral roll here. And the roll is a 3-4. 3-4 says batting team harmony, no. So, since they don't have harmony, they don't get a hit, they ground out to third. So, Mayberry cues one off the bat, sends it to Nettles for out number 2, and that'll bring up Joe Zed. Joe Zed. It's a 2-4-5 for Zed, and a 2-4-5 ask. It's pitcher blank, so we don't ask anything for that. Is Zed a hero? Yes, he is. Believe it or not, Joe Zed is a hero. So with that being the case, he gets a base hit to left, a 2-out single for Joe Zed, and that will bring up Darryl Porter. Darryl Porter, the batter. Innings 6 and 7 will be here on History Maker Baseball. Innings 8 and 9 will flip over to strat-o-matic. All right, 2 outs. Here's Porter. 3-3-4. 3-3-4 asks, is the pitcher an ace or a star? Guidry is a star, so it's a pop out to first baseman Chambliss to end the inning. And nothing doing in the 6th for the Royals. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still with the score 5-2. And the top of the order is due up for the Yankees. Dennis Leonard is going to be lifted for lefty Steve Mengori. So Leonard gave up 5 runs in 5 innings of pitching, and that's going to do it. Lefty Mengori is on now, and he will be facing the top of the order, lefty Rivers, and then switching White. So Rivers leads it off. Mengori is an ace on his first at-bat. It is a 4-5-6. 4-5-6 is blank. It asks, is the batter patient? No, he's eager. So it's a fly out to center field. Rivers flies out, 1 away, and we're back to the chemistry chart since that result was in purple. And that will be for the Roy White at bat. So Roy White will step to the plate on a chemistry roll. Everybody neutral. It's a 4-5. 4-5 asks, is the batting team harmony? No, that waits a ground out to the infielder of our choice. And with White batting right-handed, we'll say he grounded out to Patek at short for 2 outs. And that'll bring up the catcher, Thurman Munson. Munson, a 2-5-6. Munson, 2-5-6. 2-5-6 asks, is the pitcher a struggler? No, Mengori is not a struggler. It asks, is the batter champion or patient? And Thurman Munson is neither one. And then it asks, it's infield drama. It doesn't ask anything. It goes straight to infield drama. So we've got infield drama as a result. So we will roll 2 dice plus the decider die for infield drama. It is a 1-6. 1-6 for infield drama asks, is the shortstop gold? Shortstop Freddie Patek, is he a gold rated player? No, he's not. He's neutral. So therefore, it's not an out. It's a sharp liner through short for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Thurman Munson off the infield drama, and that'll bring up Reggie Jackson with a chance. Lefty on lefty now. Longoria, of course, left-handed. But in this game, 3-5-6 is the only result for that. It's a 4-5-6. 4-5-6 ask is blank, and ask is the batter patient? No, he's not. Therefore, it's a fly out to center field to end the inning. And the next inning will start with the chemistry chart because that was the 3rd out. And now we're going to go to the top of the 7th. And Frank White will be batting off of the chemistry chart. It is a 1-5, 1-5 on the chemistry chart. Ask, is pitching team harmony? No. It's a bloop single. So it's a bloop single for Frank White to lead off the 7th. He gets a bloop single. And that'll bring up Freddie Patek as the Royals try to rally. Patek. Oh, didn't roll all 3, did I? Okay, there we go. 3-5-6. 3-5-6. 3-5-6. Ask, are they the same? They are not, because Patek's right-handed, Guidry's left-handed. So we go to utility or sad sack. He is neither one. Therefore, it's a single down the 3rd base line. And runners advance 2 bases on that hit with a lead die of 3. So Patek singles. White moves to 3rd. Runners at the corners. Nobody out for Hal McRae. Hal McRae is a 2-4-5. That is blank. It asks, is McRae a hero? He is a semi-hero. The side or die says he's not. Therefore, to pop out to second base. And with that out in red, we're going to go to the player experience chart. Player experience chart. And we've got the icon Cookie Rojas against the icon semi-prospect Ron Guidry. So we'll see what happens here. Not going to use any manager cards. It's a 5-6 on the player experience. Ask, is it an icon pitcher? No, he's not. Otherwise, he would have sky high pop up short. Otherwise, batter thrown out at first, runners advance. So Rojas hits a ground out to, looks like to the pitcher. I'm sorry, to the first baseman. First baseman unassisted for out number 2. But White does score, and Patek moves to second base. So the Royals do pick up their 3rd run. It's now a 5-3 game for Al Cowens. And that's a 1-3-3. And a 1-3-3 ask. It's blank for the pitcher. Slugger, is he a slugger? Is Al Cowens a slugger? He certainly is a slugger. He is a slugger. And slugger 1-3-3 says home run center field. So Al Cowens has just hit a 2-run shot, and that will now tie the ball game at 5. A 2-run shot for Al Cowens has tied it at 5. And now the Yankee bullpen frantically gets loosening with Dick Tidrow. But right now, not enough time to warm up, so Amos Otis is up. It's a 2-5-6. 2-5-6 ask, is the pitcher a struggler? He is a semi-struggler. I'll take that back. He's not a struggler because he did not give up 3 hits in a row. He did give up 3 runs this inning, though. So I'm not sure if that makes him a struggler or not. Okay, in this case, it didn't matter whether he was a struggler or not because the next check was with the batter being patient, and he was, so he walks. He's actually semi-patient. The side or die said he was patient. So John Mayberry is up. Still 2 outs and a man on. And it's 2-4-4. 2-4-4 or ask, is he an ace? Guidry's not an ace. Is the batter a champion? Mayberry, he is not a champion, therefore he grounds out to short. But he's a semi-whiffer, and it says if he's a whiffer, he strikes out. So side or die says he strikes out. So the strikeout there. But the Royals score 3 runs in the top of the 7th to tie the game at 5. Okay, Chambliss is up. Mengori is second inning to work, so he's semi-fresh. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-2-3. 1-2-3 says both flash and fresh. He is neither. So therefore we go to the next batter chart, which is empty, and that's empty. So we go to the next fielding chart. It's a ground ball to short. Chambliss is out 6-3. That will bring up the next batter, Craig Nettles. Nettles is up. And the pitch, it's a 1-1-4. 1-1-4. Is he fresh? No, he's not fresh. Oh, no, I'll take it back. He is fresh because he's semi-fresh. Decided I said he was. So it's a ground out to short again. 2 down. Quickly 2 up, 2 down for Lou Piniella. And Mangori has done well to keep his team in the game. It is a 1-2-4. 1-2-4. Asks, does he have control? Mangori does have control. Therefore, it's a ground out to short. So a third consecutive 6-3 ground out has ended the inning. And after 7, it is all tied at 5. Okay, top of the 8th, new pitcher Dick Tidrow will be facing Zed. Here is the pitch. It's a 1-4-6. 1-4-6. Ask, is he flash? Tidrow has semi-flash. Decided I said yes. Therefore, it's a strikeout. So Zed is out on strikes. 1 away. And that will bring up catcher Darryl Porter. Porter, 5-5-5. 5-5-5. Asks, is the pitcher an ace or star? He is a star. So it's a deep fly out to right field for out number 2. And now that'll bring up the second baseman, Frank White. White, 2-4-5. 2-4-5 is blank. It asks, is the batter a hero? He is not. Therefore, it's a pop out to second base to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still tied at 5. Bottom of the 8th, Mark Littell is the new pitcher, and he'll be facing Randolph. He is an ace this at bat. It is a 2-6-6. 2-6-6. Ask, is the run on first? No. Leadoff batter? Yes, he is. It's a single to center field. So Willie Randolph leading off the inning, singles to center field. To start things off, that'll bring up Bucky Dent. He's bunted twice so far. He's going to bunt again. So let's see what he does here with the bunt. It's a 1, and on a bunt, a 1, safe at first, runners advance, roll dice, decided die for rolling on a single or an error. So let's see here. It's blank, so I'm thinking that is a hit. So it is a single, a bunt single for Bucky Dent. Runners are at first and second with nobody out. And Mickey Rivers is up, and Mickey Rivers is going to bunt. So he's going to try to bunt and get that runner in scoring position. Here is the bunt. It's a 5. 5 says out at first, runners advance. So Mickey Rivers gets the sacrifice. We'll call it 5-3. And both runners advance in the scoring position. Runners are at second and third. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. And Roy White is your batter. Roy White with a chance to drive home the run. The infield is in. The pitch is 4-4-4. Pitcher spot is blank. It asks, is the batter a scrapper? No, it isn't. It's a double to right field. A double to right field for Roy White. And that will score both runners as the Yankees now take a 7-5 lead off the 2-run double by Roy White. And now that will bring up Thurman Munson as Littell is shell-shocked. Here is Munson. It is a 1-2-3. 1-2-3. Ask both flash and fresh. No, he's not flash and fresh. Let's see here. Actually, I'll take it back. He is. He does have the flash quality, and he is still fresh. This is his first inning of work. So therefore, he is flash and fresh, and therefore it is a strikeout. Okay, with runners at second and third, they decided to intentionally walk Reggie Jackson to load the bases for Chris Chambliss and 2 outs. It is a 3-4-5. 3-4-5 asks, is it an iron catcher? No, he isn't. Does the batter have a good eye? No, he does not. Therefore, it's a strikeout to end the inning, but the Yankees take a 7-5 lead as we go to the 9th. And strat-o-matic. Okay, strat-o-matic, top of the 9th. Sparky Lyle on to try to close the door against top of the order, Freddie Patek. And it is a 4-9. 4-9 off right-handed pitching is a strikeout for Sparky Lyle. 4-9 is a strikeout. 1 away. And that'll bring up Hal McRae, the designated hitter. Yankees 2 outs away. Here's the pitch. It is a 5-8. 5-8 is a ground ball second base X. Okay, ground ball second base X. Randolph is an error 2. D20 is a 1. Error 2, or rating 2 with a 1 is a base hit. So that is a single for McRae. A 1-out single keeps the hopes alive here for Cookie Rojas. Cookie Rojas with 1 on and 1 out. It is a 5-8. 5-8 is another ground ball to second base X. This time the roll is a 3. It's a ground ball A. That is a 4-6-3 double play. Yankees win. Yankees win. The Yankees win.